Welcome back to Espe Rants. My name is Hope, where I talk about C-dramas to K-dramas and everything in between. And today I'm going to be talking about the new C-drama, The First Frost. Now, this was a highly anticipated C-drama. People have been waiting for it to come out. And me personally, I did not understand the hype surrounding this C-drama, but we'll talk about that later. My first thoughts video covers production, characters, and how I think the overall drama will proceed. Now, also, if you look into the description box, you will see timestamps of each section. And yes, I like to yap a lot, so feel free to hit that 2 times speed button. I will say I'm covering the first 4 episodes, so know that there might be spoilers if you haven't already watched it yet. You've been warned. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Into production. First, we'll start with cinematography. When I say that I found some of the shots so beautiful, I was just fully immersed in it. I feel like a lot of C-dramas this year have been playing it safe with their style of shooting, and this one, it sets itself apart for me personally. So it's something that I definitely pay attention to, and I was like, wow, this is good, especially since I went into it with zero expectations. Next is the editing style, which is very clean and polished. I felt like the color grading is really good as well. I used to like edit short films, so seeing this side of it, I was like, oh, I like what y'all are doing here. The transitions are smooth, and I like the fact that they put like the title chapters in the beginning of each episode. It's like a small detail, but something that I feel like definitely kind of takes it to the next level, or just makes me go like, oh, it's the small things. They really count. And I really like that about it. Next is music / scoring. I think the music fits perfectly with this C-drama, and it works very well. And if you've seen some of my other videos, the music's not too loud. I'm not like, it's not too dramatic. It fits every scene, and I'm not sitting there thinking, why did they use that song? It's good. They did good. I also love that we got a little bit of a nostalgic moment with Hidden Love in the first episode, and it just kind of took you back, and I was like, oh, good times. Hidden Loves, that was a good time. That was a good time. So yeah, I appreciate that. The wardrobe, I think, is good. Matches the whole vibe of this drama. Our male lead in all black. Wardrobe department. I see you. I see you. But I do have a little bit of a issue, okay? The issue comes with my girl, okay? Why y'all got her in headbands and little clips and stuff? She is a grown woman. She already kind of has like this young face. The headbands and the clips don't help. Please, I hope that doesn't continue. But outside of that, y'all eating, okay? So moving on to characters. Starting off with our female lead, we see that she is very reserved, very cautious, and we quickly understand why through the flashbacks that we see. Girl's been through it. She's been going through some traumatic situations, okay? And I'm like, wow. I kind of like when we get to see her have those moments of confidence, and when she stands up for herself or for others. And then we have moments where she kind of like goes into her shell, and she doesn't ask for help when she needs it, especially when she needs it. Like the situation when she was running down that alley and she saw Sungyeon, and she definitely looked him up and down and said, nah, and ran down the alley with 3 grown men chasing her. And I understand why she did it, but girl, I was like, why would she do that? And it's so funny because they showed the flashback of it happening. I was like, oh, girl. I get it. I get it. I understand why. She didn't want to get him involved. She didn't want him to get hurt because of the situation she was in. I get it. I get it. But still. But overall, I do feel like I just want to see her character heal and love. She's been through a lot, and I just kind of want to see how they develop her character overall. But I like her. Next, we have our male lead, Sungyeon. And I'm trying, like, I kind of stay away from, like, pronouncing their names because I always feel like I'm just butchering it, and I just feel so bad about that. Correct me in the comments if you know how to, like, show me how to properly pronounce. Like, I watched the drama several times to hear their names say over and over again, and I still be mispronouncing it. But anyways, I love his character. I'm like, why don't men like him exist in the real world? Always fictional characters. But seriously, like, that man is in love. He is down bad. And he's a typical C-drama male lead who basically fell in love when he was younger, gets his heart broken, but still doesn't quite move on. He basically waits forever and then finds her again and is like, I'm going to stay by your side. Very typical, but I still love it. I'm always here for it. He does have a slight temper, which we kind of see. He could be a little bit, but I mean, I'm not mad at it. He's a very emotional, sensitive male lead. He just puts his heart on his sleeve. He wears his heart on his sleeve, better said. But yeah, overall, I really do like his character. I do want to say, though, I don't think people should compare this portrayal of him to the portrayal of him in Hidden Love. These are two different dramas with definitely two different tones. And how an actor decides to portray a character is based off their interpretation of that character, which is part of their art. So I think when watching it is to kind of not disregard, but just let it be a separate drama. I know it references Hidden Love because it's both worlds, but look at them differently because comparison will just throw everything off. That's how I'm doing it. I'm not really gonna talk about every character, but I do want to talk about this second couple, which I actually really like them. And sometimes we get a second couple, you're like, okay, they're wasting time, they're just fillers. Or sometimes you like them more than the main couple. Here, I like both couples evenly, like equally. But I will say that I think they're perfect for this C-drama because they bring a lightheartedness and kind of a fun to this C-drama while we're still dealing with the angst from the main couple, so it brings balance. And I really do like that. I like their banter and just how they're evolving. I see how it's going. I see where it's going. I like it. So I can't wait to see it kind of just continue. I like them now. Overall thoughts. I went into The First Frost. I went into it judging. I'm not gonna front. I felt like it was very overhyped and I had zero expectations, but I was pleasantly surprised. I do feel like it definitely tackles a lot of issues. Some of those issues can be triggering, and I just wish with K-dramas and C-dramas, sometimes they do it with K-dramas, but I wish more often they would put like warnings at the beginning of credits, like so people would know that it contains that type of topics, just because like sometimes people don't read the synopsis and they don't watch the trailer, so they kind of get blindsided by that, and it could be a lot for some people. I'm just saying. I will say one of the things that kind of could be annoying for me is the back and forth between the past and the present. Like I figured they were going to do that, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be like they start off with the present and then they just go into the past for like maybe 8 episodes and then, or not 8, but you know, like 6 episodes or something, or until they get to wherever the conflict happens and then they come back to the present. What they're doing is they're going back and forth, but it's not a lot of back and forth. But I kind of want it still to wrap up in the next like 4 to 5 episodes. Like I want us to be done with the past and just stay in the present because the back and forth sometimes just annoys me. But right now we're good. I think they are doing it well where it's not too much back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So right now I'm good with it. But I do hope they wrap that up soon. So overall, I'm intrigued and I'm staying to see how this all plays out. I do feel like I can kind of guess where some things are going and how they will play out. But if they do it well, I'm not going to be mad at it. Anyways, what are your thoughts about The First Frost? Comment below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I'll see y'all next rant.